everyone, so today's video is an update for a project pan. This is my makeup rolling project pan, so this is just my year-long project pan, and once I finish off a product I will roll a new one in. And I have usually about 8 products going in this project at any given time, and I am filming this a little bit early because I'm pre-filming a bunch of videos as I'm going on vacation next week. So I do want to be able to still get videos up for you guys, but I'm filming this about 2 weeks early, and I'm actually surprised at the progress I made because I have made really good progress since the past update, even though it was a shorter window because I am pre-filming this so early. But let's just go ahead and get into the updates. So the first product I have here is this IT Cosmetics Brow Power Brow Pencil. And normally I don't pan brow products, but I really just want to finish this off and get it done. So I put this in this project just to force myself to use it really. So this is the only brow pencil I've been using, and I've been using it pretty much every single day, at least every time I apply makeup. And there's so little left, but this little amount of product takes so long to go through. But I have made some good progress on it. So right here are my update lines, and as you can see, I have made pretty good progress since the last update, and I'm going definitely slow and steady on this one. And I think this is just that type of product where it will take me a little bit to finish it off, and I just have to be patient. But I made about the same progress since the last update as I did the previous update, which is interesting because, like I said, I'm pre-filming this, so I didn't have as much time in between updates. So I am happy with the progress that I've been making on it, and since I've been using it every single day, I think I am seeing a bit better progress. And I did use this 15 times since the previous update, and I have used it 46 times in total, and this is definitely one of those slow but steady products. So I will hopefully have this finished off in the next few months. The next product is this Catrice Long Lasting Lip Pencil. I rolled this in the last update, and this is in the shade Vintage Rose. It's just a really pretty everyday natural nude color, so I don't have a problem using it every day. And here is my progress for that one. So I did actually make a pretty decent amount of progress, as you can see there. I did sharpen this a couple times, and I'm actually surprised at the amount of progress I made since I didn't have as much time in between updates. But I was questionable on whether this was actually going to work for me or if I was just going to end up decluttering it. And I actually really like this lip pencil. It is pretty dry. It's definitely not creamy at all, which I almost kind of like because I feel like I need to use more of it, even though I do have to press pretty hard on my lips to apply it because it is so dry. But I feel like that almost makes it easier to use up, and this is just the most beautiful everyday natural color. I could just throw this on my lips and nothing else and be good to go. So I feel like because this is so easy to use, I am making pretty good progress on it. And also because it is not very creamy, I feel like I have to push down pretty hard and use a lot of it to apply it. So I feel like that almost makes it easier to go through. But I feel like this will still take me forever to go through. Obviously, it is a pretty big pencil, so I definitely won't have this finished anytime soon. And I did use this 15 times since the last update, so I've been using it every day, basically. Every time I apply makeup, which most of the time I have been applying makeup every day. I may skip a day here and there, but I've also been really consistent with applying makeup every day. So I think that's why I have such good progress this update, even though I had less time in between updates. The next product is my Tarte concealer. This is the Tarte Creaseless Concealer, and I really don't like this concealer. I just threw it in this project to finish it up because it is just a little mini size, and I used this 15 times. Since the last update, I've used it 28 times in total. I'm really just applying this every day to try to get through it, but I only use this under my eyes, so I don't use very much when I do use it because I don't like this concealer, so I don't like applying a ton of it all over my face. So I've been sticking to just applying a little bit of it under my eyes, which is probably making it go a little bit slower, but I feel like there's nothing left in here, but there's still product coming out. I can see like holes through the sides of the packaging where there's really not much product left. So I thought maybe I would have this done by this update, but I think it will most definitely be done by the next update. And I may just end up getting rid of this the next update because I feel like it's almost starting to dry out. That may just be the formula. I really didn't like this formula at all, but I'm happy that it was just a little mini size. And then we have my Stila liquid lip. This one is in the shade Patina. And the past few months I hadn't been using this because I had another cream blush in this project, which yes, this is a liquid lipstick, but I use it as a cream blush. And I don't really like liquid lipstick formulas, and this one is very drying and almost thick. This is a pretty old liquid lipstick, so I have just been using this as a cream blush. And obviously it still takes forever to finish because a tiny bit of this goes a really long way. But this one I hadn't been using for the past couple months, but I did get some use out of it. So I used it 7 times since the last update, and I have used it 21 times in total. And I can see little windows in the packaging, but I don't think I'm really anywhere near finishing this up. But I feel like I can do this at least by the end of the year. And if this gets more dried out and sort of gross, because this is pretty old, I feel like eventually I will just end up decluttering it if I can't completely finish it. I'll probably declutter it at the end of the year if I can't finish it by then. And then another product that I rolled in the last update is my Catrice Cosmetics Prime and Fine powder, and there is a little bit of progress on this. I feel like the update photos you can see a tiny bit of progress, but it doesn't look like much, and I feel like that's because I've been wearing down the product in here. I haven't necessarily been wearing down where the pan is. I've just been wearing down the product. That makes no sense. Like, I've been wearing down the actual product, so the level of the product is lower, but you can't necessarily see more pan. But anyways, I feel like I am making progress on this. I think I may have to repress this soon, but I'm just kind of procrastinating on that. But I still can get product out of here, so I haven't felt the need to, but I feel like by the next update I may have to repress this. But I really just want to finish this off because I have had this in my collection for a while, and I have so many powders in my collection that I just want to get through. So like I said, I rolled this in the last update, so I have used it 11 times since the last update, and I've been into not wearing any powder on my face, so I've kind of had to force myself to reach for this, and most of the time I will just set underneath my eyes where I tend to crease, and maybe a little bit in my T-zone where I sometimes get oily. So I haven't been using this as a powder all over my face, which is obviously making it go a little bit slower, but I'm okay with that because I don't like using a ton of powder anyways. So this again is another product that's kind of slow and steady progress. And then another product I rolled in the last update is my Makeup Geek highlighter in the shade Nightlight. And this one was basically brand new when I rolled it in. I had only swatched it, and I just want to get a ton of use out of this and hopefully hit pan, even though that is going to take me forever. There's not really a dip going. You can just see the sort of texture on the pattern of the product where I have dipped my brush in. So I don't have a dip yet. It's only been in for 1 month, and this was a shorter month since I am pre-filming. But I have used this highlight 12 times so far, so pretty much every time I do my makeup. And this is a lot more intense than I kind of expected it to be. It is a pretty intense highlight, so I find that I like to go in with my Laura Mercier highlight, which is a little bit more subtle, and just dust it over top to sort of settle it down and blend it out a bit. But I do really enjoy this highlight still, even though it is very intense. Good thing I have been liking a very glowy face, so I do still enjoy using this. And now for the fun updates, the products that I have finished off. First is the Nudestix Nudies blush in shade Sunkissed. You probably predicted this because I had barely any product left the last update, and I thought it was going to be finished for the last update, but I only had to use this 5 more times to completely finish it. And by the end, I was kind of just scraping it along my cheek before I decided to give up. I'm not going to dig the product out of here. That's just too much effort, and I don't like this product enough to do that. I do have 2 more of these, another blush and a highlighting shade that I do want to finish off and put in a project pan at some point. But like I said, I have that liquid lipstick that I was neglecting, so I'm not going to roll the other blush into this project quite yet. But it did take me 73 uses to finish this off, which is a ton if you consider the amount of product that was in here, which is, or didn't look like very much. And I had also used this a little bit before I rolled it in, so I am surprised that I got that many uses out of it. So I think if you want to try nude sticks, these little minis are better value for your money, but I still don't think these are worth the money. I feel like you can find better products at the drugstore, especially stick cream products like this, and I just don't like my cream products in a stick formula, so I don't really buy them like this anymore. And then the next product you also could have predicted that I have finished off is this single eyeshadow. This is from Makeup Geek in the shade Grandstand, and it was just like a metallic everyday pinky neutral shade, and I didn't have an issue using this because it was just an everyday shade. And this actually had shattered. I didn't organically finish all of this. I had dropped it and most of it fell out of the pan, so I just want to finish up the little bit that was left, and now I have an empty pan to play with and maybe press something else into it, maybe franken some shadows together. So I am very excited to have this finished. And I did have to use it 9 more times to completely finish it off, which seemed like a lot for the little amount of product that was left in here. And it did take me 41 uses in total to completely finish it off, which I feel like felt like a lot, but it wasn't really too many uses to completely finish it. So I am happy to have this done, and I will now be rolling into new products. So the first product that I want to roll in is actually one I believe I had in this project last year. This is the ColourPop So Juicy Gloss in the shade Princess Cut. So there are already lines on it from the last time it was in a project. So I will draw a new line and insert a photo of it. But this is super old and it is a clear gloss. It almost doesn't look clear. I don't know if that's because the packaging or because the actual gloss is no longer clear. But I do enjoy this gloss because it is so glossy. It's also pretty sticky though, so I feel like maybe a lot of people wouldn't like this, and it does give that minty tingling effect to your lips. So I want to just use this and try to finish it off. I mean, it is a clear gloss, so it's really easy to just throw on. So I want to try to completely finish this. I don't know how long it'll take me. Probably until the end of the year, and then even then I may still not have it finished up. So I just want to throw this in, get some use out of it, make as much progress as I can. I'm hoping to finish it since it is just a clear gloss, but I'm also working on other lip products, so I may not be able to use it as much as I wanted to. And then I was thinking of what I wanted to roll in because I feel like I have a good range of products across all my project pans, and I pretty much have a little bit of every category in a project. But the one category that I don't really put into projects is eyeshadows, and I wanted to work on some kind of eyeshadow and get some more pans in my eyeshadow palettes. So I chose the ABH Sultry palette, which like for this season, the spring summer doesn't really make any sense. I don't know why I'm feeling like cool tones and these darker types of shadows like I'm wearing today in this spring and summertime, which is kind of the opposite of what people think of when they think of spring and summer makeup. But anyways, I wanted to try to hit pan on one of these shades, and I was thinking I wanted to hit pan on Twig, which already has a ton of use on it and I feel like isn't far away. But then I was also thinking I have these cream shades in a lot of my eyeshadow palettes that I just never use. Usually people will use those to set down their lids, but I don't set my primer, or at least I don't like to. But because I have all these cream shadows and palettes, I feel like I have to use them. So I want to hit pan on the shade Fresh. And I think from now on in this project, I'm gonna have an eyeshadow palette with a cream shade in it. And my goal will just to be to hit pan in that cream shade. So I'm gonna start rolling eyeshadow palettes into this project at any given time. I feel like I'll just work on one at once though, and I want to hit pan in the shade Fresh, but I kind of want to hit a bonus pan in the shade Twig because I feel like that wouldn't be too difficult. Obviously, I already have pan in one of these shades in here, so I would like to get more use out of this, and I do really, really love this palette, so I think it would be good to rotate through my eyeshadow palettes a little bit and just try to hit pan on the cream shades in them that I don't normally use, as well as just get some organic use out of them. So even though I am working on the shade Fresh, specifically. I do also want to use the other shades in here. So that is it for this update. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know how your guys' project pans are doing, because I really love to hear from you guys down below in the comments. But if you did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I do post new videos 2 to 3 times a week. So if you want to see more from me, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notified every time I post. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.